clarify. Um, I'm gay, like men. I wouldn't use that word if I weren't. Actually, maybe I would, but that's besides the point. We have more pressing issues at hand. We got bigger fish to fry. Or I guess, as this guy would say, we got bigger kids to tuck. Let me explain the backstory here. So, I got this video recommended to me, and I was filled with a sense of dread, kind of, because as a worker in the Deltarune community, usually people in that community are weird. So, uh, uh, my first impressions of the thumbnail and title alone weren't very good. But I thought maybe this is innocent, okay? Maybe it isn't so bad. So I click on it, but unfortunately, my fears were came true. Before we start, I think I have to we have to get this straight. We gotta get this out of the way. Our main cast in Deltarune are minors, okay? Their age is never stated, but they're in high school, so I think that's pretty obvious. And the character in this video, Rouse, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe there's some expert or people from the Deltarune fandom who can correct me, but I'm pretty sure Rouse is 3 days old in canon. Like, the time we see him in Deltarune, during the entire events, he's that old. But obviously he's not like a fucking infant. But in appearance, he looks about the same age as our characters. He has an implied crush on Chris, I believe. So, or something like that. So they have to be around the same age. So yeah. So Rouse is minor. And if you're one of those people like, it's just fiction, bro. It's just cartoon. Don't bother leaving a comment. I don't care what bullshit excuse you have. I'll probably delete it. So yeah. I think you should take a cyanide pill, honestly, instead of leaving a comment. But that's just my opinion. Just like it's your opinion that it being fictional makes it morally okay to sexualize or jerk off to porn depicting underage characters. We could agree to disagree. You think that, and I think you should take your own life. Let's be civil about this. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's all I wanted to say. So let's just get into this video and my problems with it.
I made another video a little while ago talking about the quote-unquote dream that made me gay, okay? And at the time, I thought, yeah, this is the awakening. This is the thing that made me realize I might low-key have a thing for dudes, okay? But then just a few days ago, I had a conversation with a friend who's like totally and completely obsessed with Deltarune, and that conversation made me realize that I had an even earlier awakening, in quotes. I'll get into that though. So, happy Pride Month or something. Okay, let's go and get into it. So this all happens in like 2021 when Chapter 2 of Deltarune first came out, okay? Now, as a bit of context, during that time, I was a bit homophobic, okay? Gay people made me very uncomfortable. Now, not really the people per se, it was just kind of like, the thought of them doing the deed with each other, and I don't know. Looking back at it though, I mean, it was probably just allophobia in general, because buzzword alert, I'm asexual. I'm not sure how well that claim is going to stand after I publish this video, but whatever. Okay, but yeah.
Okay, so he has stated he's asexual, okay? We'll hold him up to this claim. Well, not hold him up, but I just want to clarify, he's ace, and you'll see the shit he says later. Well, we'll just get to that point. It's not even the fact that it's gay or anything. I couldn't care less, honestly, about his gay awakening. But we'll we'll see. It's just really freaky. You'll see what I mean.
Before I get into the nitty-gritty here, okay, which is about to happen, please excuse the way I'm reciting these events because, yes, although all of this is true and everything, I tend to kind of talk in a very jokey manner, so don't pay that any mind. This is just how I cope, okay? If you got a problem with that, then you should take a hike, buddy, alright? I'm freaking emo, and I'm going through a tough time right now. Let me just pour my heart out, okay, in the way that I am comfortable with. Thank you. When playing Chapter 2 of Deltarune at the time. So in Chapter 2, there's this part, okay, where you get on a swan boat with Ralsei. Yes, of course this is about Ralsei. Who else? Sure as heck wouldn't have been Spamton. Yucky, yucky, icky, icky, no good. But yeah, you know, once you get on this swan boat with him, when I was playing it, I was sitting completely alone in my room with the door wide open. Now at the time, you know, I was still in a very homophobic mood or whatever, and you know, I was really hesitant to, you know, select the options that I did. I really wanted to just strictly select the straight options because I wasn't a freaking sissy, okay? I was a man. I still am a man. Present tense. I never stopped being a man. I was kind of thinking to myself, I ain't gay. This is stupid. But nevertheless, I still decided to give in anyways. Fairly smart on my part. So the first thing Ralsei asks you is how you feel about spending time alone with him, okay? And when responding that spending time alone with Ralsei was nice, Ralsei just kind of looked up and he just looked so shocked and blushy, and as soon as I saw that face, I felt something. Should probably clarify, yes, I felt something down there in particular. Now look, I don't think this was some sort of weird horny, and as soon as I saw that face, I felt something. Should probably clarify, yes, I felt something down there in particular. Now look, I don't think this was some sort of weird horny feeling or whatever, it was just a sort of, wow, type of deal. You feel me? I mean, look, Ralsei is freaking adorable, so can you really blame me? Come on, come on.
So at this point, I was, I don't know. I was the first thing I thought. Okay, he at least has to be 18 for this to be not as weird. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. People are so fucking weird. This isn't even the worst part. It's coming up. It's coming up.
I got to the part where I got my picture taken with Ralsei, and I'm like hugging him or whatever, and oh my gosh, dude. And all I could do was imagine what it would really feel like to hold him in my arms. Think about how soft he would be. I mean, I could kind of even like imagine what his voice would sound like, you know, just even the thought of it just like soothed me completely. I just kind of like felt like laying in bed and snuggling with him and then like interlocking our legs and looking him into the eyes, and then, you know, I just like stroke my hand through his fluffy fur, and then I grab him by the waist and pull him in a little bit closer, and then I whimper softly into his ear just to let him know that I love him. Like /straight/platonic #male.
Yikes, bro. Just yikes. When I first watched this part, I I legitimately felt sick to my stomach. I actually wanted to gag. Can't be the only one who gets extremely uncomfortable with this. You know, I, I'm just like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? So at this point, I had enough. I clicked off the video, and I was like, okay, I have to say something about this because this is just fucking weird. So I haven't watched past this point. There's anything worth of substance left.
Whatever, you know what I mean? Okay, look, dude, I would never dream of doing anything to Ralsei. I would never dream of defiling him, okay? He's just too pure and innocent and adorable. Even if he tried to initiate, which would be completely out of character because he just wouldn't, okay? I know for a fact he wouldn't. I feel like I'd still turn him down
I thought that was the worst.
I just wouldn't want to ruin him.
Terrible things can happen to those of us careless.
You literally sound like a pedophile. He's too pure and innocent. I wouldn't want to defile her. What do you mean by that? Okay, what is that supposed to mean? Like oh oh it's starting all over again. Oh my god. Oh.
Worst thing
Okay.
on.
Okay. There's nothing left to analyze here. He's just talking. He's just yapping. So I'm gonna stop there. I seriously need to rewind on that one part.
I would never dream of doing anything to Ralsei. I would never dream of defiling him, okay? He's just too pure and innocent and adorable. Even if he tried to initiate, which would be completely out of character because he just wouldn't, okay? I know for a fact he wouldn't. I feel like I'd still turn him down because I just wouldn't want to ruin him, okay? He's too perfect. Perfection like that comes once a lifetime. You can't just let it go to waste like that. So, I mean, really, does this even, like, count as gay?
Do you guys hear him right now? Do you, that's, you get what I mean? Like, what, why is he, what, he used the word innocent, like dog. My dog is barking. I can't be overreacting. This is weird. This is fucking weird. Um, like, dog, bro, Sunyan, bro, Sunyan ring. Shit like this is like the reason I muted Deltarune on Twitter. It's just, it has gotten to a point where if I see one more person being weird, I'm just gonna jump off a building. People aren't just like this with Rousey. It's with all of the main cast: Noel, Susie, Chris. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with like shipping them. That's fine. But like, there's a line. For all shit like Chris and Susie making out, and there's fucking saliva and like so much detail. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We need to stop, okay? Actually, who's we? I'm not a part of this. Like, there's a problem, bro. There's a problem in the fucking Deltarune community. This is off topic, kind of, but I just want to talk about this because I'll probably never have the chance to talk about it ever again. There's this one Deltarune artist. You'll probably know if you're in the Deltarune community. I just wanted to bring him up because I fucking hate that dude. From what I remember, he like ran, a porn account, and he would like post. He would draw Rousey with and he would like draw Rousey with ridiculously large thighs and ass. And every time he got called out for it, he would cry about people being mean to him, then deactivate. I believe like it happened like two or three times. And whenever he tried to defend it, it was the most bullshit points ever. One of his defenses is that Rousey, he thinks Rousey is Azrael, which no. And then I guess he claimed that this version of Rousey that he was drawing was aged up. Then he made a tweet quoting an argument against that, saying you aged him up only to sexualize him. And his response is like, I don't want to make junior art, but it's the I don't like it. I only do it so I can get likes. And I'm like, that's the most dog shit excuse I ever heard. Like, just stop fucking drawing that shit then if you don't like it. I don't believe he was like even making money off it. He was just doing it for like engagement or whatever. Bro is acting like he's a drug dealer or something, and he just had to do it because he was down on his luck or whatever. He was going through rough times, and now he can't get out of it. But no, he's a Twitter porn artist. And it's like, he's doing it because he needs validation from strangers online. You're generally a fucking loser. You think your art doesn't have meaning unless people like it. That's how insecure you are. That's crazy, honestly. That's because I'm pretty sure he wasn't even like making money off it. I'm pretty sure he could be, but like still, you're sexualizing a minor. That would never be okay. Like, come the fuck on. And I don't care how long ago that was, okay? I don't care. You should know better not to draw that kind of shit. We all relate to this shit. Yeah, we all relate to getting a boner over Rouse. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Again, I could just be overreacting, but like, this could just, be all in my mind. It's all in his mind, But, like, if I'm being like, one of those like a Twitter person, basically, feel free to like call me out, I guess. But if I even see one comment like agreeing on me, like, yeah, this is weird, Deltarune fans are all pedophiles, then I'll feel validated. This dude has a Discord, so don't click on that. You're basically entering the evil ass rape building if you do that. I get hard around cats. Okay.
Counting or not counting gang violence. Counting or not counting gang violence.